You scroll a bit, check one more video, and suddenly it's 3 a.m. 6 hours later, your eyes are burning and your brain is fogged. Yet there is always someone who operates perfectly on 5 hours of sleep, while you feel completely drained after 9. The difference between you and them comes down to biology, not willpower. This diagram shows a cross-section of the human brain during the sleep cycle. Physical recovery happens in deep sleep, repairing your muscles and immune system. Cognitive recovery happens in REM sleep, restoring focus and memory. To fix your energy levels, you need to map out your own biological schedule. Grab a piece of paper and draw a blank 24-hour timeline. Your goal is to increase the density of deep and REM sleep per hour. By cleaning up your sleep cycles, you will reduce the total time you spend in bed while improving your cognitive function. Step 1 is establishing your biological anchor. Pick your exact wake-up time and write it at the end of your timeline. This time is strictly non-negotiable. This timeline illustrates how to calculate your exact sleep window. Your brain moves through a complete sleep stage every 90 minutes. Count backward from your wake time in exact 90-minute blocks. We target multiples of those 90-minute blocks. The 4-cycle mark, which is 6 hours, and the 5-cycle mark, which is 7.5 hours, are your optimal targets. An arbitrary 8-hour schedule guarantees you wake up mid-cycle. Waking up in the middle of a 90-minute deep sleep phase triggers sleep inertia. That is the intense, lingering grogginess that ruins your first few waking hours. You must maintain this exact schedule every day, including weekends. Consistency trains your body to release melatonin automatically, exactly when you need it. Enforcing this rigid schedule calibrates your internal clock. 5.5 to 6 hours of cleanly aligned cycles will deliver more rest than 8 hours of fragmented sleep. The final hour before bed is your mandatory preparation window. It is not an extension of your workday. Look at this step-by-step transition cycle. This represents the 3-2-1 method. 3 hours before your calculated bedtime, you stop eating all heavy meals. 2 hours before bed, you completely stop all work-related tasks and high-stress communications. 1 hour before bed, you eliminate all screen-based blue light. Replace it with dim, warm lighting, light stretching, or a calm playlist between 60 and 80 beats per minute. Systematically removing external stressors and light sources signals your nervous system. You are forcing your body to begin shutting down long before you physically get into bed. The exact way you handle your first 10 minutes awake sets your chemical baseline. Get out of bed, do not touch your phone, and step outside into bright daylight. Immediate outdoor light exposure resets your circadian rhythm. It rapidly suppresses residual melatonin and boosts serotonin, activating your mood and motivation for the day. Next, introduce a sudden physical shock to your system. Wash your face with cold water or do 20 push-ups to raise your heart rate. This graph shows your neurochemical response. Brief, intense movement creates a sharp upward spike in dopamine and noradrenaline. This clears out all remaining sleep inertia within 3 minutes. Rigorously dictating these actions in your first 10 minutes directly engineers your level of alertness for the rest of the day. To protect this calculated schedule, you need firm external boundaries. This graphic represents a strict 2 p.m. cutoff for all chemical stimulants, including caffeine. If you consume caffeine late in the day, it blocks the adenosine receptors that make you sleepy. Even if you manage to fall asleep, the remaining caffeine in your system degrades your deep sleep volume by up to 30%. You also must lock in your environmental variables. Keep your bedroom pitch black and drop the temperature to between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius to maximize deep sleep production. If racing thoughts are keeping you awake, use a brain dump journaling technique during your final shutdown hour. Write down every single to-do item and worry on paper. This waveform chart demonstrates what happens when you externalize those thoughts. Your brain's activity physically shifts from rapid, erratic beta waves into the slower alpha and theta waves required to enter deep rest. Without enforcing these chemical and environmental safeguards, stimulant half-lives and internal anxiety will easily override your 90-minute cycle math. This completed cycle shows how your 24-hour timeline connects. You have translated abstract sleep science into a concrete biological operating manual. Right now, set your alarms according to the exact 90-minute cycle calculations you mapped out. Set your target on cycle completion, not random hours. You no longer need to view sleep as a weakness to be avoided or brag about surviving on 4 hours. Master efficient recovery as a calculated performance tool. When your eyes open right before your alarm, with a calm heart and clear mind, you'll realize you don't need more time in bed. Cognitive success comes to those who engineer high-efficiency recovery. Optimize your sleep and you will get more time, energy, and life back.